This? Oh.
What's up, everybody? ¿Qué pasa?
Welcome back. We're back. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Hiram.
BK.
Chris.
All right.
And behind the scene, we have the amazing and talented and world-traveled Ming Chen, who just came back from a wonderful weekend.
Back in black, man.
Yes. In Comic Palooza in Houston, Texas. We live vicariously through you, brother. We live vicariously through you.
You were greatly missed. Greatly missed. You guys left a huge impression when you came in. Was that 01 or was it even earlier? 2000 or 21?
Before the year before 2019.
19.
Yeah.
2019.
18 or 19.
It was 2019.
5 years we missed you guys. People still talk about you.
Portia, miss you.
Yeah, we're the Jersey boys. We're the rest of your Jersey boys.
And we miss Neil's bar, and
we did karaoke
and
all
truck,
together.
Truck stop, is it called?
Yeah, truck yard.
Truck yard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm definitely a Northeast guy through and through, but I would say that Houston left an indelible mark on us.
You're all invited back.
Thank you.
Anytime.
I don't want to promise anything because we sound like a broken record.
I know.
But we think that 2025 is going to be the year.
Okay.
Then you go back?
Yeah, we go back. Oh, heck yeah. And Chris, I think you should come.
Oh, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
I hear nothing but great things about Houston in general, so I'd love to go.
Oh, yeah.
And Comic Palooza, period. What an amazing
event.
Yeah. I've never been to NYCC, New York Comic Con, but
don't need to go.
I would have a hard time believing that it's
because you've
better
been,
than Comic Palooza.
Okay.
It's just NYCC is like you can't move. Like I feel like you got to stick to one thing. You want to see one person. That should be your dedication. To me, that's your dedication. Like because it's just so packed out.
Unless somebody shits on the floor.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's
in the middle.
I don't know if it's the location, but the convention center where Houston Comic Palooza is held, it's multi-level and is huge.
That's great.
Yeah.
I went to San Francisco Comic Con one year, and it was like that. It was multi-leveled.
And it's huge.
And you didn't feel cluttered or crowded
hundreds
at all.
And hundreds of rooms, and they could all be packed, and you still feel like you can breathe.
Oh, yeah. I never felt overwhelmed, like, crowd-wise there.
Yes. Even when we were out. Post, just enough people to make it interesting and fun, and it was just amazing. So I can't wait to ask you pointed questions about this year's event, brother. But I want to ask you, gentlemen, how have you guys been?
I've been good, just working like a dog.
What have you shot recently?
No, I haven't shot anything recently. I was telling BK before
me.
While you were in the bathroom. I'm wrapping up. I'm wrapping up like post production on a short film, a comedy about a guy trying to get his hoodie back. Cassandra Perez, who was in Without, and then my friend Devin Dean, who was in When a Blind Man Cries. Him and all three of us are starring in it. But I haven't been on set since the day after the fest in April, and I'm going up for a one-day shoot in upstate New York for a feature in July. So I'm pretty excited about that.
That is wonderful. And what about you, BK?
Well, I recently took over some diamond mines in South Africa. I've just been working on some ideas in my head about possibly doing some different things this year, either with the fest or sponsors, or because we really have to kind of get on that. I mean, granted, it's not taking up a huge amount of my time. It's not like I'm slaving away.
Yes,
that's computer typing for anybody who didn't know. I just just doing the thing, enjoying life. Just hung out over the weekend with Rich Mello
Lullo.
Nice. Yeah.
Our silent. He shows up for the festival, and that's very appreciated.
Drops off some checks,
he manages our business affairs, which is priceless. It takes a village, a small village, but it takes a village to undertake something like this. So
what have you been up to?
Well, so many things. The school year is winding down, thank God, and had some things go up, happen to my house, so had to update bathrooms and stuff, and it's good because the house has been updated, and all that, but those things cost money.
Yeah.
Thank God, my mom has helped, and all of that. Not spending enough time with Diana. Sorry.
Although I did hang out with you guys. And that was
Yes,
fun.
we needed that.
was
We
a
needed
great-
that.
was a
Where
great
did we
time.
go?
Maloney's.
Maloney's.
Oh, nice.
Which, if you are a beer aficionado and you do not know the name Maloney's in Matawan,
You gotta get from
you're really missing out.
Yeah.
It's
You
just
want some mega yacht juice.
and speaking of, we also went to Icarus Brewing.
That's where this came from.
Yes.
This fine young beer.
Mi gente, Lakewood people, Lakewood, New Jersey people, a little bit of a bittersweet thing because we saw Seth Gertner.
Shane.
Shane Gertner. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We saw Shane there. I'm like, whoa, that's Shane. We got to talk to him. Several years back, he was very gracious. We hang out to your Shorts Film Festival.
Came to the
Award ceremony.
The award ceremony. Dropped off some product that was mind blowing, and we just kind of just was hung out for a little bit and then ghosted, and couldn't thank him enough. It was just a lot of fun, and we were just getting down to nitty gritty of really kind of figuring out how to work with those guys, and then bam.
Yes, and I say bitter. Well, that was backtrack a little. That was bittersweet because this happened right before COVID.
Yeah.
Right before COVID, and it just fell apart. Like many things did, unfortunately. But I also said bittersweet because, there is Lakewood Pride, Lakewood PMA, Lakewood, New Jersey there, and Icarus Brewing is in Lakewood, but now they are moving to Brick Township, to a location that looks amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just roomy,
Done a drive by. Yeah. Very nice.
but it's not Lakewood. And I hope that they move their grilled cheese.
Oh,
truck.
yeah. Melt Away, I think it's called. Melt Away. Yeah.
They have a food truck there that
Yeah.
goes there off in Melt Away.
We were there last week, and it was like,
Was it?
It rivals the grilled cheeses from Nip Tuck.
Oh,
I don't know if that's a sin to say, but Nip Tuck and Long Branch
yeah.
used to have a weekly grilled cheese,
yeah.
which I had a couple of, in the presence of you and Ming and CJ and all of
Yeah.
that. But that's what's been going on, and most importantly, now that the school year is winding down, I get to pivot to audition for things and a little bit parts here and there over the summer. And, even if I have to do background a couple of times, as long as it's a set I want to visit and,
Yeah.
not just for anything. And I won't submit for the big, where there's 100 people on set. Can't do that. It's just really too much. And by the time you get out of there, it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. It's not fun. But looking forward to this summer. Last summer, I thought it was going to be a good summer, but then SAG, AFTRA had a strike, and that kind of messed up our summer plans.
That blew.
Yes, but we're this year, knock on wood, is looking up. But now we pivot to our boy Ming. Ming, please let us know just a little bit about how Houston was this year. Make us feel bad.
Comic-Con.
Again, you guys are missed.
Yes.
You guys are always invited. We're involved very heavily in the Houston Comclusa podcast program. Recorded 6 live podcasts.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
Did one with CJ Cullen and Mike Veza, which we even
I saw that.
Talk Hard in reference to the movie Pump Up the Volume.
Yes.
And hosted 2 nights karaoke. It's 2 nights now.
Nice.
Who showed up? Did any of the guests from Comic Palooza actually show up?
I think a couple did. We got a couple of the agents in. More importantly, because you see them later on. It's like, you need an autograph. Like, get.
Right. You had a good time, right?
Yeah, have a good time. Yeah. Go get an autograph.
Right. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and I hosted the cosplay contest for the 4th year in a row. So that's become a yearly tradition now.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yeah, and our usual friends came out. Yeah, went to the usual places, found some new ones that you guys would have absolutely loved.
Oh, really?
And
Okay. Any names dropping? Anything?
Neil's. I don't know if
Right.
we took you to Axelrad, the hammock bar.
I don't.
There's one
We
called,
did not go there.
No, we didn't.
the
But
new
that's
one I went
great.
to is called Natsuo, which is Houston spelled backwards. It looks like a film set warehouse on steroids
Oh, wow.
as a bar.
Oh, nice.
It's like 3 stories of weird mannequins and costumes and Taxidermy. Yeah, very, 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 very cool place that I'd not been to before. The doorman was a fan.
Oh, wow, nice.
We rolled up one day. There was a big long line to get in. He's like, "Hey, Ming, you need to get in." Velvet rope.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Good. He gave me the Goodfellas treatment, man. Give me the Goodfellas.
Yeah.
It was like you, always you. Oh, you're always here.
Yeah.
We could vouch for
Right,
the
get the
fact
papers,
that
get the
anywhere
papers.
in Houston that we went to, it was made much more special and much more accessible thanks to Ming. And Ming is, you're always gracious and always kind and always.
Well, we invite everybody. Want everyone to have a good time.
Absolutely. No, but,
An
I don't know.
ambassador of goodwill.
Yes.
Oh, sure, yeah.
That's what we call him, the ambassador of goodwill. And accordingly, I don't know if it's because we've only been there during Comic Palooza, but Houston seems like a party city.
It is.
Yeah.
That rivals like Nashville and
It's up there, yeah, for sure, and it's so huge that the places we go to, like that's like 0.1% of the city.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when people say, I want to get away for a weekend," hardly ever do I hear, "Let's just go to Houston."
Yeah, you could though.
You hear Las
Yeah.
Vegas, you hear Nashville, you hear New Orleans, and Miami.
We did that year.
I would love to go. I've never been to Houston. I hear it's
We have
crazy.
to make that
Oops.
happen.
You would love it. We'll bring you to all the good places. So,
Yeah. Sounds
Yeah, I hear it's absolutely insane.
for sure.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember if it was built, but usually the hotel we usually stay at, across from it
Yeah.
is a Marriott, and on the
With
roof,
the infinity pool?
yeah,
Did
there's
you go
there's
there?
a lazy river in the shape of Texas, the state
Oh,
of Texas.
wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
So this year on the Monday, a friend of mine grabbed a room which grants 4 people access to the rooftop, and we went,
Nice.
and it was a pretty good way to close out the weekend.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I saw the pictures, and
Yeah.
I'm like, is he? I remember where we were staying across the way. There
You
were
could see it.
infinity pool.
Yeah.
It looked like an infinity pool. We
Yep.
could see
Yeah.
the ribbon of blue or green.
Yeah,
And that's where you were. That's
Yeah.
freaking awesome.
it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
That
trip.
is
So,
that is awesome.
Yeah, so Houston, amazing, always amazing. Great vibe this year, and you guys are sorely missed for sure.
Oh man.
Yes. The one thing about Houston, though, and I remember being there, is like there's so much to do, so much to eat
Yeah.
Yeah,
that you're always walking around with a stomach ache. It's like, oh, I ate too much.
Was it really
How
hot
can
too?
you not?
it's always hot.
Yeah.
Always
I
hot
feel
in
like
Houston.
yeah.
It was
95, high humidity. We stay indoors a lot. Although
sounds
we
wonderful.
go to the outdoor bars too, and they're fans
Yeah.
and
Yeah, yeah.
visitors, and
and at night I didn't really feel like
it's a little better, but without the sun beating down you.
Yeah.
But you're drinking, having a good time. You don't really you tolerate it. You tolerate it.
and then Coral Sword. Did you do anything over there?
I did. I went over on Thursday, streamed. I wish I could have gotten there a little more, but actually, so I was going to stay another day. I came. I was about to hit the button to change my flight, and CJ Cullen was there. He's like, "Hey, wait a minute. You can't leave later." I'm like, "Why not?" It's like, my class is coming down that day. Remember, you said you're gonna. We already booked all the buses and everything. You can't.
oh man.
You can't. You got to be. I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right." I knew I was forgetting something, so I was like, "Okay, I can't."
Man,
leave early.
Chris H blocked you.
Houston.
I honor my commitments. So.
Right. Yeah.
Yes,
I was
you
like,
are.
I knew I was
He's an
forgetting
honorable
something.
guy.
Each block. I love that.
Yeah. I was like, wait, why do I have all that whole day open? It's like, oh, because you committed to something else, dummy.
Until 2:30. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad
it was all right. It's time to come
I'm
home.
glad he caught you before you hit that.
Oh my
button.
God. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Thanks, CJ.
Oh my gosh! We would have to do what we want to do with the short film. Like we would have to put a Ming mask and then talk about, "Hey kids, how are you?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Hey man.
You look kind of
Yeah. How come you're
different."
heavier, older?
You got a beard.
Yeah. What's up with that?
It happens, kids. It happens.
You'll understand when you get older.
Yes. So, brother, thank you very much for that awesome recap, and we miss Houston, and we can't wait to go. And,
Yeah. I think you come back.
see
You know,
everybody.
we probably do a live podcast. The year you guys were there, you guys got a whole panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how to get your
dope.
film into a
Yeah.
film festival. It was a
That
great
was
panel. It was
amazing.
Yeah,
really
so
cool.
so CJ hooks that up, and then he comes in at some point in time, and everybody's kind of like turns around, like they're like paying attention to us. We kind of were like stumbling around about
Yeah.
stuff, like how to have your own, how to get your film into a film festival, because you can only answer so many questions, I guess, and it kind of gets repetitive. But he winds up coming in, and it's like everything, the vibe all kind of changed.
Shit, yeah.
It's like
like,
You know what? With greater planning, we can make that much more interesting. Maybe we could pitch that for next time. It was well attended the last time.
yeah. And Comic Blues used to have a film festival portion.
Yeah, my film was in there.
Yeah,
a
up
few
until
years ago.
COVID, really.
Yeah.
They had it, and we've been asking to bring it back, but nobody wants to run it. You know, you guys know how it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Then then they need funding, and then they got to convince someone that they need
So yeah,
money.
one of my films was in there. I want to say 2016, and I was kicking myself for not going because I was already traveling for Healing Heroes. I went to Comic-Con, like I went to Tampa Bay Comic-Con, which was amazing. San Francisco Comic. I was going to all these Comic-Cons because they had festivals attached to them. And then I met, I don't know, someone was down there at Houston. Like one of my buddies went to Houston Comic Con. He's like, dude, I'm seeing your film, and like people are responding. I'm like, God, I was so upset. But I didn't know that they're not doing a film festival anymore. That kind of like that stinks because every
I'm
time
surprised
that was on
CJ
Film
has
Freeway.
not jumped on that. You know,
He has just it's hard when you're not there. Though,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
of
Right?
course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But in the 21st century, in a virtual,
Yeah, you don't need to be there. No,
No.
You don't need to.
It
be
makes
there.
it easier though
Yeah.
to convince people. But I think it's Houston. It's the fourth largest city in America.
Yeah,
It's time to bring the film fest back.
I agree.
I think
Could be,
so.
yeah.
And you know,
Even if you start small and be like only
Yeah.
local films
Sure,
only.
one day,
Yeah.
4 hours.
Local films.
Yeah,
And
local films.
you
like,
know,
just
we
start
need the
small.
room which could be attained. We need
Yeah,
the projector
you guys
and the
been in there,
screen.
plenty of rooms.
Yes,
yeah.
we
Oh,
we
God,
need the
yes.
projector and the
Yeah,
screen.
not hard to get.
Not
rooms,
hard to
you've been
get.
in plenty of
Sound system, not hard to
restaurants.
get.
A sound system,
And then
not
just-
hard to get.
yeah.
And you know, we need to buy the awards.
Right.
You know,
Little
and get
organization.
people to. It's not impossible.
No.
Could we hang on to your shorts, Houston?
Sure. Yeah.
Hotties Houston.
Hotties H. Yeah.
We might have to. Go.
Hotties.
Yeah.
Houston
Sure.
onto your shorts.
You know what? No, can I
That's
tell
right.
you?
Well, no,
Well, no, can I
Houston.
tell you something?
Hang on to your shorts
Yeah, Houston.
because this is hot.
No, this is where the possibility lies, because we have films. We have films that are submitted to us. We can say you submit to us, you may be shown in Houston also.
Yeah, sure.
The award
be cool.
winners.
Yeah. Yeah. To bring the best of the best down there. Sure.
Best of the
Yes,
fest.
best of the
Absolutely.
best. Well, we've done best of the fest.
Best of the Fest
Yep.
Houston. That would be freaking amazing.
Because it's in May, obviously. It's in May every year, right?
Usually it's Memorial Day weekend. Yeah. I mean, it's shipped around.
Yeah, so I mean, it's
Normally
2 months
it's-
after the fest, best of the fest, or a month after the
yeah,
fest.
yeah.
I think we got something.
You know, and no, so
have
it's
to
like,
have
you know,
something.
any film that gets submitted to Hotties could be screened at Hotties, but it could also be screened in Houston.
Yeah.
And we can make it so that any Texas-based film gets screened there. You know, it doesn't have to be just the best of the fest. It increases a submitter's opportunity and chances to get eyes on their film. And if Houston Comic Palooza helps promote Hotties, you know, we can have a Houston section where people submit with a Houston code, you know, or something like that.
This is why we didn't go, or once we had a problem with the name, and that's why we have Hang On To Your Shorts now, because originally it had a different name, and it was kind of limiting because it was like New Jersey this, blah, 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 whatever, film festival, right? Hang On To Your Shorts means you can be anywhere, which we proved this year because we were in Asbury Park, and I think we knocked it out of the park this year in Red Bank.
Yeah, no, Red Bank was the right move to go because there was a lot of locals who came.
Yeah.
There was a lot of what was that? I think his name was Anthony. We met him the first night, and he ended up coming like the second night and hanging with us. So I mean, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I thought that was great. And he worked in the industry too. Right?
Yeah, he's as a compositor, editor, I believe. So yeah, no, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow, the idea is flowing tonight. It's
Sure,
kind of
yeah,
cool,
yeah.
actually.
It is.
And this is what Houston does. The festival, the film festival in Houston, there's so many, so much adrenaline, so much positivity flowing in your veins, and the creative, you know, like drive after you experience something like that, when you witness so many amazing filmmakers and actors, and not just them, but their beautiful support system.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, we had husbands, wives, children, fiancés, mothers, fathers of the creative and the actors and the directors all show up, and everyone is a plus. Everyone, you know, adds their color and their flavor to we were just so happy and excited to see you, and God willing, with God's help, we'll be very happy and excited to see you in 2025.
Oh yeah.
So this is what.
Well, this is how the juice gets flowing, man. You start talking about things. Like in this case, it's not a what if that causes anxiety. It's like, what if we did this? Where you're like talking about the possibilities of like once upon a time, hang on to your shorts was a what if?
Yeah.
What if we did this? And now 11 years, 12 years later, we're
Yeah, it sounds cheesy, but you just have to
we're almost ready to go on Wall Street, like
not be afraid to fail, just do what you want to do.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah, no. And I think that's, and I say this about the podcasting too, like this was just once talking about, oh, what if we did a podcast, and then bang.
Yeah. Ming is going to open a studio, and
bang.
It's, the first one was with, BK and, what's his name? Oh, I forgot his name. Another gentleman that was an actor. He did the first podcast with CJ, but then we took a class with Ming, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah.
And not just us. Look, A Game, Rob Akampora.
Oh yeah.
Bunch
of other podcasts have flowed out of this situation.
Absolutely. And anybody that wants to come podcast, Shared Universe Podcast Studios in Monmouth Mall, Bellworks, and in Red Bank.
Yeah.
So there's 3 locations. They're all unique. And I heard from Christian Cortez that you have the green screen in Bellworks too. So
we have it everywhere. So yeah, come on down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on down, everybody.
My son, my AJ's been clamoring to go to Bellworks just because there's a big wall. He could bounce a tennis ball off the wall while we podcast and stuff like that.
Right.
I was thrown off by the full-length basketball court.
Oh, yeah.
Bellworks.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh.
Yeah.
Bellworks is an amazing and beautiful place, and it's been a set of movies and TV shows. And
Severance, yeah.
Yeah, so that's freaking awesome. And speaking of, as we enjoy this
beverage,
this local brew by Kane Brewing.
I was waiting for the stout to come out.
Yes. We have some news about a local brewery that we love and we always support.
and
Ross Brewing.
Us.
They supported us.
Yes.
Ross Brewing. Apparently, they're closing their tap room. They're closing their physical location, which is a little sad. Not a little sad. It's very sad.
Is there a reason for that?
John Ross is just an amazing guy, and we want to see him succeed. I don't know what the reason is. I suspect that the location may have something to do with it. It's a lovely location space-wise, but it's kind of remote.
Okay. So, because I've never been. I know it's further south from me. Are they still going to be selling like beer? I guess like you'll be able to get it at. I'm assuming
as per what he said, yes, they will still be selling beer
at that location or at a different location.
Not at that location.
Okay.
At retailers.
Retailers, okay.
At retailers and maybe even in tap rooms. If you're lucky, I swear, like during the summer, I'd be willing to like go travel and promote Ross Brewing.
Yeah.
Go to tap rooms in New York City. Be like, try this beer. You should have them on tap. But this weekend they're going to be open. I'm guessing, Friday, but Saturday and Sunday may be their last days at their tap room. So I'm gonna, we have a graduation party on Saturday, but maybe on Sunday we're gonna try to take the drive. It's a little bit of a drive, but we'll take the drive. From where we are. You think you're gonna make it?
I would like to. I guess it all depends on what happens over the weekend.
Yes.
It would be nice to kind of say goodbye. Well, I mean, not say goodbye, but, support that.
Oh, no, we're still going to be drinking Ross beer.
Yeah.
The Passaic Porter I'm still going to be having, and, they have the Bacchanator, and any stout that they put out.
Yeah.
We look forward to enjoying. So, John Ross, this is a Kane brew, but John Ross, in the spirit of everything, we wish you and Ross Brewing the best.
Ching.
Salute.
Slonche,
yes.
As you cheers with another beer.
No. Hey, we went to look. We went
You're
to-
representing, yes.
Guys,
yes,
No,
I'm
we went
kidding.
to
I'm
Icarus.
kidding, I'm kidding.
And Icarus is very close to where we live. Like
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
just like 2 minutes away. So we went to Icarus and
Using
Brian
Kane
is
to
like
cheers another,
No.
another company.
Brian is like, dude, what are you doing? You're betrayed. You know, you're here at Icarus and you're wearing Ross. I'm like,
Yeah, I was busting his balls.
hello.
Like territory.
But
like,
but the funny part was there were other people there with other beer. I don't know, other beer.
Yeah, not to
companies.
their
Yeah.
swag.
Yeah,
You know, not to borrow. We reside in a shared universe podcast
Yes,
studio. This
yes.
is what we do. And John Ross would be the first to like open up a can of something else.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know,
Being
and
enthusiasts, that's what people do.
exactly. You know, so that's the thing. And
Yeah.
you know, so listen, I'll be honest with you. As long as we have been coming to a shared universe podcast studio, Ross and their flag and their hats and their brews have featured prominently in a shared universe podcast studio. So, you know, he is as part of this.
Though we don't have anything on the table tonight.
Oh, that's
we have the
that's-
shirt. The shirt matters.
yeah. Representation matters. I can't get the mic out.
And isn't your middle name Ross too? So
Yes.
there we
It
go.
is
For tonight, yes.
Brian Ross Kopack.
Yeah, why not?
I am Hiram Ross Ortiz,
And he's
Christopher Ross Orangeo. There you go.
CRO. Ming
His middle
Ross.
name is Ross.
Chen.
Yeah.
right. And for tonight, yeah, no, it's yeah. So and you know, I really have to say that I've met him a couple times. He's a really nice guy. You know, you don't always get to meet the brewer. I mean, I have met the guy at Icarus, and I have met Michael Caine, not the actor, but Michael Caine, who owns Caine Brewing. Very nice gentlemen, these people. But I got to say, John Ross Kokoza is definitely a very cool dude.
Anybody that remembers your son's name after meeting him only once is somebody that you want to freaking hug.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody hears the father. You know, hey, how's AJ doing? I'm like, I'm like, oh,
I'm gonna have
I
to go
love
back.
you, man.
And it's not obviously it's really not easy owning a business, especially after, COVID.
Yeah.
So as long as people can keep staying open and all that, like, I'm assuming they tried their hardest, and if it's in a difficult location, then I think it's probably not an easy decision for him too.
No, absolutely. not.
Like this was probably one of the harder decisions he had to make, but
Yeah.
I mean, the way you guys talk about it, like you guys are massive fans of the company. So I mean, that
Well, yeah,
he's put his imprint on you
Yeah,
guys
because it's a lot of
specifically.
because it's a lot of things. You go there and it's a nice experience. I really like the layout of the place. I like the food trucks that they had. Him and I went down. I guess it was probably was it like that first weekend or something like that? They were open or something.
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times. I've been there with AJ. I've been there with Diana. You know,
We stopped off and he just was kind enough to just give us product for that one festival that we had.
for the one festival that we did, and that's something that he did not have to do, but
No.
he did.
Yeah.
But that's the nature of business anyway. Like anyone that has ever undertaken anything like this, it is never a linear or straight curve. There are dips and there are peaks and there are valleys, and you know what? The people that succeed ultimately are the ones that persevere and keep doing what they're doing.
Right.
That is true for the Fords of the world, the Honda. I was watching something about Honda, the person that eventually became the master of Honda vehicles, Honda first bikes,
Yeah,
and then
motorcycles.
cars,
Motorcycles.
and all of this. And you know what? There were obstacles thrown at them. They were like Wile E. Coyote, and the successful people are like the Roadrunner. They just keep dodging everything, and they fall on their face and they move forward. And John Ross, you're going to be just fine. And we will be celebrating with you and consuming your product, even if this is not the product itself today. This is the first time we've ever podcasted that we didn't have it.
Yes, no, it's true. It's true. We represent. He's chuckling in the back. He's like, very funny.
We love Ming. So what was happening with Hang On to Your Shorts Film Festival now?
Bing, 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 bing.
We were hoping to have a young lady join us today, Miss Sarah Ceballos, but she was afflicted by something that I don't know if some of you guys ever heard of this, but it's called COVID. I don't want to put her business out there, but she put it out there on social media, so it's fine. But apparently today is the first day that she's okay, and she took New York City by storm, and
Yeah.
you know, we're happy for her, but we hope to have her soon.
Yeah.
And we hope to have Hunter Nicholas,
Yes.
who has been like just burning up like in the festival circuit.
Yeah. Oh no. It would be cool to get both of them on. If the next podcast we do.
And the third person that we really need to get in here, because we haven't talked to him since the festival, Senor Jack Foley.
Yes.
Yes.
All award winners.
Yes.
Yes. I didn't even think about that. But yes, they are.
Yeah. Sarah. I met Sarah through acting class, and then she did Hero a year or two ago. And I didn't see it until we were looking through films and all that. And I think she did really. It was she won an award for a reason. She was really good in it. So yeah, I mean, and that film means so much to her. I think it's still in the festival circuit, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, and it's won a few awards. So I'm definitely happy for her. And then Hunter is just, man, I wish when I was 15 I was tapped in like he is. I feel like every time on Facebook I see his mother be like, his film Gone got into another film, or his, one of his few films that got into another festival in Vegas and here and there. I'm like, that's great.
And he's getting press, Virginia.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it was Newport News or Virginia Beach. One of the big newspapers there did a feature on him. Well deserved, I might add. So I can't believe it's already been a couple of months, and we are a couple of months closer to Hang On To Your Shores 2025. So we are on social media, we are on Twitter, and I think Twitter has a submission code for the early bird. So if you go on Twitter, look up for Hang On To Your Shores Film Festival on Twitter, and our buddy Chris here handles the Instagram, and I think whatever we post on Twitter and Instagram automatically goes to Facebook.
No.
Doesn't?
I don't think Instagram does. But it's nothing like, it's no big deal to really just switch apps and just post the same thing. For Instagram anyway, it doesn't. It might for Twitter though.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Yeah.
We like friends. I think you should join us. And
yes,
sure.
I think Ming eventually is going to post like our Instagram handles and our Twitter handles and our Facebook handles, so that people join us and people say, "Hola."
Feel like a CBer.
A what? A CBer, like CB Citizens Band?
Yeah. Like put the hammer down.
Oh,
I'm sorry. That was
I
very
think this
retro.
is
We're going to call that very retro.
No, I think that this is the first time in the history of a Shared Universe podcast studios that anyone has uttered the word CB, which stands for Citizens Band Radio.
But wasn't that like in that whole, wasn't that like a movie? Like wasn't that like that truckers movie? They had a whole album of like trucker music, Like
I don't remember.
I don't remember
back.
that.
I think it was like 1975.
I don't want to be a spoiler, but it was two young, teenager or very young, to early 20s young ladies that started going on the CB radio. They took somebody's CB radio, and they were up to mischief, and they said that they were in a hotel, but they gave the hotel room number of adjacent to them. And then the trucker came and killed the person that was next to them.
Yeah, no, I didn't ever. No,
What are you guys talking about?
Because he was talking about a movie.
No,
is it a movie?
You guys were talking about the movie Joyride. Came out in
Is that with
2001.
Is that with Kurt Russell? Or
No, that's Breakdown. You're confusing it now. That's Breakdown. Joyride is with Steve Zahn, and the girl who played Joan of Arc.
It was Joyride. Oh my gosh,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Candy Cane.
Lily Sobieski,
Lily
Paul
Sobieski.
Walker.
Paul Walker.
Yeah, okay.
Freaking Fast and the Furious is in that. Yes. Paul Walker.
That is crazy. Yo, what's up? We have a guest in the studio. ¿Qué pasa?
stopping by.
You didn't know that we were talking about you, right?
Hey,
I told Ming to
his
stop.
ears would burn.
I'm kidding.
His ears would burn.
Just with Rich, which was really weird.
Oh wow,
That is really
we were
weird.
talking about him too.
Yes. No, so we have CJ Cullen that just came to the studio.
All right, maybe he knows the answer to this.
I do.
All right, what is that trucker? What was the trucker movie way back in the day? Like put the huh?
Spielberg TV.
Oh no, I don't think it was that. No, it was like a trucker movie, like big rig. We're gonna put the hammer down, blah, 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 and they made up all. Huh?
Over the top.
No.
That's Sylvester Stallone. BJ and the Bear, the TV show.
Well, I mean, it was all in that whole theme of like, CB radios and truckers, and they had a whole album of.
Bandit.
Well, Smokey and the Bandit, yeah, I think was part of that whole thing. But yes, I'm. This has gotten widely out of
You
control.
lost me. You lost me. Cause
Sorry. I'm sure
okay.
somebody's
I
going to
apologize.
chime in and say, "Oh, I know what he's talking about," and the guy's like 90.
Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we
Oh, wait,
are.
Hunter says hi. Hunter says,
Hey, Hunter, how
All right,
are you,
all right.
buddy? I think you should tell us some of your accomplishments. Put it on the social media so that we know, buddy.
Yeah.
What an
that
amazing
was-
young man.
Yes, very cool kid.
what's one thing you guys took
Her and
away?
his family.
It's almost like 2 months since the festival happened. What's like one thing you guys took away from it this year? In terms of just something that may have shocked you, like, you have more time to reflect now. Has it been like, have you guys has people respond, like, I guess, reached out to you or responded in ways that you weren't expecting?
I think that first of all, I think that we could have not to be self-critical, but there are things that we could do, that'll help us grow, and actually something specific that I have to talk to you about. Because you could really help.
school.
After the podcast. But the thing
course.
that was to me an incredible and overwhelming positive was Red Bank, New Jersey.
Itself. Right back itself. Yes. Yes, I agree. I think that I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I love to cut
Absolutely.
you off, man. I just cut you off all the time. No, I think that was a better space, a better place, a theater, and and I think that adds to the quality of people's experiences. And I think on top of that, the access to other things, the fact that it was a day and a half or night and a half, a day, full day, and Jamian's and some of the places that we unfortunately didn't get to, but could have gotten, to, Yestercades and a few other places, places that we talked about and named some of the, you named some of the sets after.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I think overall the takeaway from me was the experience in the new spot, which really wasn't that new because we did a best of the fest there and stuff like that. And I think we actually did.
No, but it's new. It is
is
in
new.
the top market, and there are a lot of things that we could do
Right.
to help, hotties grow and have a little bit of a footprint in Red Bank. Red Bank is an amazing and beautiful place, and every time I come here, I see something new.
Yeah.
like
that tonight. That
that terrace overlooking Red Bank. I was like, oh my gosh, it was freaking crazy.
It was cool.
But maybe next time, we'll have a place for Hunter to be able to go that isn't 21 and over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't laugh.
No, like Starbucks.
That was.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
have a
Yestercades.
meeting at Yestercades. Yo, I'll be honest, I would love that. They have a Mr. Do. Yes, you can, and they have a Mr. Do's there. Mr.
Which is
Do's.
his favorite.
I love that video game. And they had a pool table, but that one was a little bit old. Un poquito, a little bit old.
Air hockey too.
It's not as cool as Barcade, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to, we're gonna wrap it up soon, and just want to say a very, very quick thank you
Did
to.
that answer your question?
It did. Yeah.
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 Now, before we even go, what do you think? What, because you've been to several of them. What was different this year?
Man. I mean, I think when it was in Asbury, there, it was at different venues. So you didn't get to really meet a lot of, I don't know. I just felt like there was a lot more camaraderie this year.
Yes.
I guess that's the right word in terms of different different filmmakers. I think the last few years there's been people who have come out, who've come from different states to come see their film and represent it. And really just You mentioned it, like how you felt like this sense of like relief afterwards. And I know that we were all like really busting our hump doing it, but like I felt like this was a first year where we're all kind of like,
Yeah,
we were all kind of like, it was great seeing like your sister there, Hiram, like kind of like taking the bull by the horns, and like she like everyone who was involved was just very like, there was a sense of confidence, there was a sense of pride. Not that there wasn't in the past, but it just felt like, it was a refresher, a different venue. And a lot of people afterwards said like, I've been to festivals that haven't done this before, but you guys did A, B, C, D.
Right.
It was the best post-COVID we've had, and one of the best.
Yeah.
Can't take anything away from any previous years, but
no, but I just think
this
it
year
was just
fun.
a night. I think it was the quality of people who came out to the films, the crop of films. They keep getting better and better. People from Jersey keep coming out and showing why New Jersey is one of the best states for films. I'll die on that hill. Honestly,
Netflix.
and yeah, and then just I just think it was, people were very much like, I don't know, like my buddy Jesse seemed just very like grateful for the opportunity. And I feel like a lot of people don't capitalize on film festivals. So when they come here and like you say, Hiram, like every person who walks in the door. I'm like, how the hell do you remember that? Like, because you're watching their film, you're getting to know them, like you've said, but that matters to filmmakers.
Yeah.
That matter. Like, and I'm speaking from a filmmaker's point of view. Like that matters, right? So I think that's like, we're adding that person, like, that human element to it. Like, we were online for a bit, but now we're in person, and like, we're going to make the best of the experience.
yes. And you know what? There's corporate cinema, and we love to go. I'm considering joining the AMC A-list again. I had not done that since pre-COVID.
Is that where you pay
it's
like
$25
yes.
and you could just go watch
see whatever movie you want during the week?
exactly.
Right?
But
Yeah. Is it
I
$25 a month?
feel like indie filmmaking and short films is the savior of cinema.
Oh, yeah.
It is is one of the few untapped. When you guys choose to go behind a camera and write something and create it, there are very, very few parameters other than your own. There's no one telling you what you shouldn't put out there, and is one of the very few places where the canvas is your own. And you really can't see that with corporate cinema.
It really does. Yeah, that's a great point. It really does bother me when people don't support indie films, and I think that by you saying that, I think that could be where like that full circle moment happens, where like people start investing their time even by going to the theater, watching some indie films, watching some short films, and being like, wow, like, not everything is Avengers. Not everything is, a carbon copy of something from the 70s.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
But no,
It's a quote, Seinfeld.
Yeah.
corporate theater is trying to make money.
Sure,
Yeah.
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 About the
They're not trying to tell a story, and we're finding, especially with the growing AI right now, like we are absolutely at a crossroads, and short film and indie film is one of the last places where the budding and nascent artist, has a carte blanche to create their own art. And as long as it's not highly like, what's that called, anatomical, like really NC-17 stuff, we like to get different. We like to get weird, film noir or experimental, web series. I
mean, I love
music videos.
Yep. Oh yeah. I mean, I haven't been to other festivals where there's music videos really, and the music videos that seem to submit to us are always like abstract, and I love that, because it's tough to film a music video. I've done a few times. I'm like, how are you going to make this different, and you guys are, we always seem to choose the right ones, in my opinion. So.
No.
Well, we try, and Jack Foley has a lot to say in that.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a very, very big piece of that. But I also want to say that I think this year, was like kind of a, I felt more at ease, more peace, and I look forward to doing it. Whereas I didn't it wasn't that I wasn't looking forward to doing it; it just felt more anxiety producing in years past.
Like we were all tired when it happened, but it was also like we had that sense of like, all right, guys, we wrapped up. Like let's go to Jamie's and like let's sit and like let's talk. Right? It's not like all right, I'm gonna just go home now.
I think that also has something to do with Saturday night being the last night
Yeah, yeah.
instead of a
Yes.
Sunday night.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
so
'cause Sunday night's a killer.
yeah, it is. It's kind of crazy. Well, I just want to say a really quick thank you to you guys, you know, to Ming and to our buddy CJ who graced us with his presence today. He's one of the originators of this festival. To Dee, my parents, my buddy AJ, my son, who I love and I can't wait to see. To the Yankees, to the Orioles, and all of MLB. The Mets. And what's his name? Lopez, who just got DFA'd for speaking truths.
What's that stand for? Is it disqualified?
DFA, no, designated for assignment, which means pretty much goodbye in baseball parlance. And you know, if you're in Tornado Alley, be very careful. And you know, in a couple of weeks, Aurora Borealis may return, and
I hear she's
so much
cool.
stuff to talk about. But anyway, I love you guys, and leave it to you guys.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. Shout out to Jess, Peyton. Love you guys. Next year will be the next year. So if we're talking some sports, this year just wasn't it. So I don't really watch any other sports. Go Giants, I guess. I mean, another four-win season. But no, I'm excited to continue this podcast and talk to some former winners of last year's festival, this past year's festival, and whatnot. So
Hunter, we're proud of you, buddy.
yes.
Yeah.
Keep
And
doing
thank
what
you
you're
guys as always.
Oh no!
Thank you.
thank you,
And
thank
Ming.
you, thank you, Ming. Thank you, Shared Universe Podcast Studio, where the fun really happens. As you can see, if you're part of this, you're really enjoying it, and I know I can't stop talking about this place when I'm outside of doing this, but I love doing this. So this is a lot of fun. Thanks you guys for coming down. Thank you, Ming. Chris, yes, I know.
Oh, yeah, we were talking a lot about it.
Yeah.
Chris Cullen here is already lobbying for Comic Palooza 2025. Dee, we got to go. There's no way around it.
Really,
Yes.
Yes, I know. That's cheers,
I love your shirt.
cheers to that, bro. And so, I just want to thank everybody who popped on and popped in, and hopefully we'll have Hunter on. Thank you for stopping by.
Yes.
I thanked everybody. What was it about a Tornado Alley? Something I don't know. Heard something about
Twisters
Just
is
be
coming
careful
out.
out there. Heed your warning.
Two
Yeah,
or
it is.
9.
No,
Or-
Twisters 2 is coming out.
Oh wow!
I can't wait.
Ironically weird about the weather.
No connection to the.
Oh, it doesn't?
Oh, all right.
I'm a big severe weather freak. I love chasing storms and tornadoes and stuff like that.
Are you excited about the Twisters movie?
I had a love-hate thing going with Twisters. I was. It's kind of like no.
His favorite thing
because,
is
all right,
Tropicana
it's like
Twister.
not that I am a professional meteorologist, but I've been into meteorology.
Yes.
Stuff. It's like watching you being a physicist and watching Star Wars. You know, it's like
Just suspend disbelief for a little bit to
Suspend
watch
disbelief, yes.
Bill Paxton.
Enjoy the story.
Right.
Bill Paxton
You know what was the greatest
chaining
part?
himself
With a
himself
belt,
with a belt. That would never happen. They would have been
Okay,
obliterated.
but when I
and
was 9
turned-
years old, I was like, "That's amazing! I can do it." And then I
They would've
rewatched
been-
it. I'm
they
like, "This is
would've-
the dumbest thing ever."
they would have been naked
So I can't.
And dead.
and dead.
So I'm excited for the second one. I'm excited for this one to come out
Naked
to see what
Cadaver,
ridiculousness happens.
Right.
Yes, but yeah, it's a love-hate thing. I know. Diana's like, you got to go watch it. Yeah, I do.
I would
reluctantly.
love to go watch it with you, and you just tear it apart like scene by scene. Like that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, no.
That wouldn't happen. That's bullshit.
I'd like to believe
Like-
that the 21st century version is going to be more real.
You think?
I hope so.
All right.
All right, people.
It's Hollywood.
Peace.
Thank you for
Adios.
showing up. Take care.